begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Mark, can you lead us out, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks for coming, everyone, on this cold, kind of dreary night. We're going to start. Kira, would you go ahead with the roll call, please?
Schaefer.
First ward here.
Massey.
Second ward here.
Gassler. Here. Ruffing.
Third ward here.
Smith.
Third ward here.
Carter.
Fourth ward here.
Heisman. Fourth ward here.
Got everybody? Do we have any comments from the floor about this agenda? Okay, we'll move on. Approval of the minutes for January 26th. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next is the approval of bills, January 26th. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
A second? Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The next is approval of the monthly reports, the city clerk, city treasurer, court clerk for January 26th. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
A second? Did I get it? Did you get a second? Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Our first resolution is resolution number 13, First Ward Alderman appointment. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I'll lead the discussion. This is Kathleen Ballerston. She's probably well known to most in the city. She's been here her entire life. She has been very involved with Holy Trinity Church over the years. She's been 25 years as a vocational case manager with the schools, state, county agencies, businesses, assisting people finding employment. She received the Woman of Distinction Award from the WCA in 2019. She's been a den leader and secretary for Boy Scouts of America. She's also served on the Little Falls Urban Renewal Board under Mayor Peters. She's been a substitute teacher and teacher's assistant over the years for Herkimer County BOCES. She also, in her past, during Peters' mayor administration, she was working at the municipal golf course. She did cooking, cleaning, assisting golfers, that sort of thing. She's had been president of the Little Falls International Lions Club for many years and continues as an International Lion Club member. She's been home health aide with her Catholic Charities. She's the type of person who puts everything into what she does and very interested in the community in Little Falls and a big supporter anytime there's need for a volunteer. Do I have any discussion? Okay. We'll need a roll call on this.
Schaefer.
No.
Massey.
Yes.
Gassler. No. Ruffing.
Yes.
Smith.
No.
Carter.
Yes.
Heisman. Yes.
That's okay. We've got four. So
It's still an 8-person board, so
even with
because there's something absent.
even with
So
an
it
absent.
didn't pass.
So is it a tie?
No, it would be 4th. So no, it didn't pass.
Okay. Motion did not pass. Next resolution is resolution number 14, Dog Control Officer. We've, as you know from not too long ago, we lost our dog control officer. She's amazing, but she had a small baby and needs to devote her time to the family right now. So we have a new one that has been proposed, Kelly Morton. And do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Okay. Roll call?
Schaefer,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
Ruffing,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Eisman,
Yes.
Okay. Resolution number 15. We're switching from CAG to multi-med EMS insurance billing. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? I think I talked to most of you about this change, and it's a good change. Multi-med is considered the top in the industry and has, I think it was 240 municipalities that they work for. They process 250,000 claims a year. They're somewhat local. They're in Baldwinsville, New York. It's 71 employees. What they do that the other doesn't is they're a little bit more affordable for us in what they charge us. Instead of 14% that we're used to paying, we'll be paying 9%. But what the real advantage is they're better at collecting than the other company. And so when you're billing the insurance, following up and collecting, doing hard billing, a lot of different things that you would do, they are very proactive, so excited about that. Any questions? Let's do a roll call on that, please.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
Ruffing,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Eisman,
Yes.
Okay, and the next one is resolution number 16, requesting a public hearing scheduled for March 3rd for local law number 1 to establish a permit for private snow plowing dumping. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Do we have a second? Okay. Any discussion? Okay, well,
They have to have a special spot for private people.
well, what's been happening at DPW is we've been getting a lot of snow from these private snow plowing businesses. And actually, another municipality dumped a lot of snow there. And so we barely have enough snow space for ourselves. So to at least kind of harness it in a little bit, we're looking at a permit where they have a sticker they put on the windshield that they have registered with the city to be able to dump there during the winter. So I think that'll help.
Are they the ones that pay for the permit?
They'll pay for the permit. It's $50 for the season and for the first vehicle, and $10 for every vehicle after that. Charlie Stahl was doing it recently just across the street there. And today I've probably seen maybe 5 different dump trucks of snow to clear that one spot. So you can see how it can really grow. It's not like someone who's just plowing your front yard or something. This is a lot of snow.
Up to this point, we haven't been charging anybody, but we've been allowing.
We haven't, and yeah, and it's usually, it's really growing lately. I don't know why, but it's out of control compared to what it had been.
It's not like these people are, they're not doing it for free for the people who take it from either, so there's,
No.
I mean, if we're providing that service, there's no reason why we can't grab a little bit from them.
And when I talked to one of the providers, they were happy to do it. They said every other municipality charges for it. And the fee was very reasonable. They said, let's just add it to our contract. So it was not a big deal, but it'll help us to monitor what's coming through there. Inside the gate somewhere. Yeah.
And so like the next lot down, I saw the city was using last week.
Is that right?
They dumped some metal out,
Yeah. Okay, any other comments, questions? We get a vote? Roll call.
Schaefer,
Yes.
Massey,
Yes.
Kessler,
Yes.
Ruffing,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Eisman,
Yes.
Okay, great. Do we have any new business?
Nope. I'm being directed.
Okay. Any old business? Okay, now we have comments from the floor. Did you have a comment?
Yes, I do.
If you could step
My
up
big first appearance here.
and give us your name, please, and
Sure.
if you're a city resident.
Yes, my name is Robin Safford. Yes, I live here in Little Falls on William Street. And if I can, just pass these around for everyone. I would like this, if possible, to be on public record. Can you just, you want me to do it?
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. I want to be in the corner. I'm not going to, I don't have everything here to read. Some of these are just, this is information to pass on. And if anybody in the public would like to take it, there's extra copies. Perfect, thank you. First of all, I just want to state that this statement is submitted in good faith and is based on publicly available records, FOIL responses, and direct communication with the city and state comptroller's office. I am definitely not an attorney, and this submission reflects my personal research and understanding of applicable laws and public documents. My sole intent is to support the integrity of municipal operations and strengthen public confidence in our local government. Some people won't understand this until if you read it and you get into the exhibits, and then that would make sense to you. So I respectfully submit this statement for inclusion in the official record of the City of Little Falls regarding the recent prospective sales of city-owned real property. The purpose of this submission is to ensure that transactions are conducted in a transparent and lawful manner consistent with the requirement of City's Charter Law, Chapter 18-1. On September 2nd, 2025, the mayor presented multiple listing contracts with River Hills Properties for the marketing and sale of several city-owned lots. On September 4th, I spoke directly with the mayor to inquire whether these contracts had been publicly advertised, competitively bid, or otherwise open to participation by local real estate brokerages. During that conversation, the mayor explained that an agent from River Hills Properties had initially volunteered to assist with preliminary work related to identifying and preparing the lots, and that this volunteer involvement subsequently led to the execution of multiple listing contracts. The mayor also stated that no other real estate brokerages operate within the City of Little Falls, meaning our offices here. This is incorrect. Both Joe McCree Realty and my brokerage, Buyers Market Realty, are located here, and we are taxpayers and residents. While professional volunteer assistance, in my opinion, is appreciated, once volunteer activity results in compensated professional services, the process must be transparent, competitive, and compliant with the applicable law to avoid appearance of favoritism or conflict of interest. Professional licensees, and I know this because I am a broker, often are state mandated to sign in such disclosures of any specific duties they are volunteering for without compensation. So I don't know if that was done. Following the call, I emailed the mayor and all the common council members requesting clarification regarding bidding, auction procedures, and public competition. Only one council member responded, indicating that they were unaware of any charter provisions governing property sales, and that the alternatives had not been discussed prior to the vote. The mayor's initial written response referenced only GML, General Municipal Law, Section 103, and the city's procurement policy, without addressing City Charter Law 18-1. After independently locating the charter provision and submitting a FOIL request for verification, I sent a second email asking why Charter Law 18-1 had not been followed. Again, I didn't get any response from any common council. The mayor replied, "There is a hierarchy of laws and that the local law is subordinate to the state law," and then again citing GML section 103 and the procurement policy. However, these authorities govern procurement of goods, services, and public works, not the sale of or conveyance of municipal real property. The governing authority of property disposition is found in Municipal Home Rule Law 10 and GML Law 635, both of which recognize the authority of municipalities to regulate the disposition of their real property through local law.
Robin, I want to interrupt just quickly. There's a lot for people to digest, and I was wondering if we might table this and allow the council and our attorney to review this and come back to you in the next meeting.
We could. I have about 3 minutes left.
Because there's quite a lot to that. You know, do I have a motion to table this to allow for further investigation? Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. So give us a chance to read through your document and then come back to you with a perspective in the next meeting.
Sure.
All right.
I
Thank
can
you.
do that.
Appreciate that.
I
Do we
can-
have anyone else? Okay.
Is everybody in favor of tabling that? I just.
I'm sorry, yes. All in favor?
All on that.
Thank you. Next report is city engineer's report. Chet?
Sure. So, the overall council or city project list was updated, passed around, is also up on the website. Started working on the grant administration for the $2.73 million WIA award that we recently received for media replacement at the water treatment plant, along with some distribution improvements. Just getting into, it's a grant administration there and very preliminary schematic design on media replacement, which is the purpose for our treatment trailer that we have. Looking at some other issues at the plant, some possible hydraulic issues to identify. There's been also repair, big fixes with that money, and increase our production and provide a safer, redundant source of water. Membrane system still in use. We're working out some bugs, but to be expected with such a project. We're keeping track of performance and downtime and making sure that we get credited for any of that downtime, which will be helpful to us. I think media replacement might extend a little past our first year of lease of the trailer, which we were anticipating. But any amount of this rental that we can recoup as we kind of move forward and push that date off is a benefit to the city. Wastewater treatment plant, we have our largest piece of equipment, the UV unit, is planned to be delivered in February. And it needs to be up and running by DEC's order by the 1st of May. And we look to be on track for that. Really soon, we should have the amendment for replacing the roofs on the operations and influent building. And that is planned to be completed by June. So sometime June, July this year, we'll be tied up with that wastewater treatment plant project, which is great. On target for watershed withdrawal permit, September 2026. Working on the computer desk work for the dam assessments and petroleum bulk storage facility, still ongoing. And let's see, last thing, big highlight is the chips. We still have the financing open for chips, and we are on the first part of the schedule with the paving company. I'd say mid-spring. I hate to push it too early, but as soon as the paving asphalt plants open up, we'll be ready to pave. Still planning on King and Birch Street for this year, and then looking on design for subsequent phases of CHIPS projects. Those are big ones. Plenty more in the report, though.
Great, thank you. Any questions for Chet? Okay, we'll move on. Next, we have mayor's comments. Initially, we go through financial, and our cash position today is $1,846,282. We have, that's all funds, that's general fund, water fund, sewer, and golf. Plus, we have 53,533 in our reserve account that we set aside money for upcoming expenses. We also are current in all our outstanding invoices, which is a very good place to be. We were commenting about that before, that the stack that we used to have compared to what we have now is wonderful. The retirement payment that we owed for February the 1st was just paid $942,000. This reflects a loan pay down from the prior 2 years that we were paying $1.4 million each year, and that was to cover the front loading of our debt instrument. And so we're very happy that now the $942,000 is going to be our regular payment amount instead of the $1.4 million. So all things happen slowly, but we're getting there in a lot of ways. Monthly payments, we're still doing the $30,000 a month to pay for the 2 years of pensions that did get paid. We're setting aside pretty much about $80,000 a month so that we have always in our reserve account money to pay the pension, so we don't get into that situation that we were in with the prior administration. Interest, we're paying on a capital project from 2013, that was $16,170 this month rather. I couldn't identify what project that was from 2013. Do you recall?
I think that there was a wastewater treatment plant project that was closing up in 2013.
Okay. As you can see, these bans and bonds go on and on for a number of years. We're going to be monitoring cash flow pretty closely over the next couple of months because we didn't go after a TAN and we didn't go after a RAN in 2025. I think this has probably been the first year in I don't know how long that we didn't go after a TAN. And this is a direct result from the deficit financing money to liquidate our debt. It gave us additional cash flow in those funds, which makes a huge, huge difference. So, but we're going lean, so our money, when we get it in April and May, when all our taxes come in, we'll actually, for the first time in years, be able to use it to pay for the rest of the year, our expenses, instead of immediately taking 90% of that and throwing at the debt that we just incurred. So it's a better way to operate, a less expensive way, because there's always a cost to financing. So I wanted to go over just briefly a couple of high points just for this meeting of where we were with the OSC, the Comptroller's Office, in our quarterly report for 2025. Now we're doing quarterly reports every single quarter for the next 10 years. So this is going to be kind of a routine thing, but there were some highlights I want to share with you because it shows we're getting traction. Revenue, we've actually moved significantly toward a more balanced approach, a more stabilized approach from where we were when I joined the team here in 2024. We had acute financial strain. We're right now working toward an emerging stability, and it's growing. So I'm really happy about that. But it's not one thing that we've done, it's 1,000 little things that have been adding up. Our overall revenue trends are improving. Major stabilization milestone, of course, was the $3 million that we got through deficit financing ban to liquidate the debt balances. That reduced our reliance on short-term borrowing, which had been a practice for several years, and also improved the cash flow. The total actual revenue for 2025 reached $11,659,000. This represents an increase of 5% compared to what we budgeted for in 25. When you look at year over year from 24 to 25, we had a 19% increase in actual revenues. So we're making some headway. We're actually on the growth on the revenue side. Basically, what attributed to those growth numbers: water and sewer increase, codes and permitting fees. We had been doing codes fees for years. Revenue was about 4,000. I think she was 17,800 for 25. So big, big difference there. Shared services, fire, EMS, school resource officers, revenue contracts had been increased. That helped a lot. And also our police department, our police chief has been doing lots and lots of training for neighboring communities. So that's added to it too. Expenditures, different story, but not awful. Where we are with 25 expenditures right now, $10,541,000. That was 92% of the projected budget. So we didn't meet or exceed the projected budget. We're a little bit shy of it. We've got until probably a few more weeks to see if anything else comes in because it's the end of the year, and we're on an accrual basis. Mostly the increase, it rose in expenditures 3.7% year over year, and that's contractual salary obligations that we had through unions, the pension, health, insurance costs, and then we had a $500,000 investment in the water distribution emergency that we had in early 2025. So good things, positive things. We were short about $75,000 in ambulance. We had some other things in expenditures, lower than anticipated sales tax revenue from Herkimer County. We usually get a little bit more. This was just an odd year. They didn't collect as much. So things like that affected expenditures and revenue. Right now, what we've been doing, looking at 26 to actually focus in on what we need to do to continue to grow and to dig ourselves out. And it's really recurring revenue all the way. And the enhancements we're looking at, number one, EMS. We're restructuring EMS department to emphasize revenue generating transfers and EMS with mutual aid to work in the area. And you notice we have the new billing company. That's going to make a big difference. We're thinking our goal for EMS this year is $350,000. I believe we're going to meet that or exceed it. Looking forward to the numbers over the next few months. We're switching insurance billing companies. That should save us considerably. And then we're also reestablishing our CON, which is Certificate of Need, with the hospital, and building relationships back up that we've kind of let go by the wayside for a number of years. So we've got a dedicated team. Heather, our new city treasurer, gave a wonderful chart to me earlier, and even as quickly as December, which I really wasn't thinking we were going to get any kind of increase in EMS that quickly, we were up. Was it 75,000?
Billed
71,000.
and that's up from right around 30.
Yeah, so it was a huge difference, and I have to say it's a lot of the attitude and the willingness of the fire department to work with the city and a collaborative effort, and they've been just amazing to work with lately. So we're looking for big things in that department. We also have the trash pickup fees that will go into effect this year. They'll be billed out in April. And so that should, we projected $500,000 for the budget there. We're also looking at a bed tax. I wish I had the resolution for you today. I don't. Just haven't had the time with the deficit financing quarterly report. Took more time than I thought. But we're looking at a 3%. Some cities go to a 5%. We'll see. We're running the numbers. I initially looked at 3%, and it was around $200,000 to the city. A lot of new Airbnbs and places have opened up since I ran these numbers a couple of years ago. So I want to refine that before going any further with it. But that's a good thing. A lot of people are very enthusiastic about us doing that. So I think all in all, it's going to be good for us. Other news that we had, I don't know if you've been walking around City Hall here, but you've seen probably new prints of historic images, some beautiful portraits that are oil painted, and then all of the furniture that you've seen. We've got a whole new array of furniture. It was a donation of all of the used furniture that they had at Adirondack Bank. when they made their move to their smaller location. So they have been incredibly generous to us, and it really changed everything around here. It spruced it up, and everybody is really excited about it. We also opened the ice skating rink this week, and night skating from 4 to 8. And the skates are available we call it rental, but there's no fee associated with it. It's just to go up to the shack and tell them your size, and then, skate with them as long as you want that evening and bring them back to the shack. So a lot of people take advantage of that. Couple of grants. One is that came about, $500,000 grant from Herkimer County legislators, and we're still waiting for the state to approve it, so it's not fully confirmed, but they did vote in our favor, which was very nice. The money will go to capital improvements at the swimming pool and Moreland Park. And Chet can give us some ideas on that. I think Moreland Park, we were going to work on the water,
Yeah,
the plumbing.
The water distribution system there that needs to be rehabbed this year, but also repointing of the masonry structures at the park. And we'll see where the money goes at Skinner Pool. That was the priority project, and then what's left over will go to Moreland Park. We'll do the most that we can with the money.
Yeah.
I'd like to try to get a little bit of planning done at Moreland Park too for a future New York State Parks grant. Ideal.
And the pool, we're looking at filter liner maybe?
It is big electrical upgrades in the pool, filtration system, pumps, likely a new liner as well. And maybe just some site upgrades there that are necessary.
Good,
Needs a lot of
great.
work.
So a lot of things happening, even in the dead of winter here. Also, we just completed our application and sent it in for our water feasibility study with our neighboring communities. There were 6 of us that are going together on this $100,000 feasibility study, so that we have a roadmap as far as the future of distributing water to these different communities. And every day something changes just a little bit in where they previously were thinking that they were going to get water, and how valuable water is. And with even a recent issue that Ballashville had, local water is huge and tremendously important to have access. We had a system set up where Ballashville could have just flipped a switch and gone to City of Little Falls Water during this water break that they had. It changed everything and made it a whole lot easier on the residents. So having no water is a scary thing, and we have a lot of it. And when Chet was talking about the DEC reports, the capacity that we're able to draw and all of that, that's been going on for a year. And it will make sure that we have plenty of water for ourselves, plenty of water for others, and in exactly what those numbers are. Last year was one of the worst drought conditions we've had in a number of years. So running the numbers during that year, I think will give us a lot of vision. So anyway, exciting. Any questions for me?
I just
Yes.
have one comment. I hope the council and the taxpayers realize, when you were talking about the tax anticipation note that we won't have to take this year, how important that is, how many years it's been since we haven't had to do that. We've had years where we've had to go out in October and borrow money just for the next year coming, and it's cost us thousands and thousands of dollars, and that's just one more thing that we can add to the budget. And my hats off to the treasurer's office and to the mayor for doing a great job on that to get us
Thank you.
turned on that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that was important to do. I'm pleased that we were able to get there as quickly as we have. It's every day keeping the pedal, the foot to the pedal to keep things moving. And it's, like I say, it's small things, but those small things are huge in the grand scheme of things. And we're setting ourselves up for a very solid foundation financially, where we won't have to go through what we've gone through the last 2 years again. That's why even the water distribution and the regional group that I work with, that is so important. We're looking out 10 years from now, 15 years from now. So no mayor who comes into this position in the future will have to deal with what I dealt with the first few months I was in office. It should be very secure. But outside of that, anybody else? Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.